could be one of the most important and the most absolutely deadly years ever to those individuals who were involved in the business of trying to change and to shift the world of opinion and the like. And that can only be done, dear friends, that can only be done if the Republican Party, and for purposes of this discussion, we're going to call this the Republican Party, for purposes of the Republican Party, to get its you know what together. We have the chance for a tremendous victory, but we are not doing it. Why is that? First, we are wasting our time, completely wasting our time with issues such as Claudine Gay's plagiarism, woke, whatever it is, which is losing its interest. Hunter Biden laptop lunacy, and dare I say, impeachment. Listen to me, brave Americans. Listen with an assiduous attention to detail you never knew possible. Listen. Politics, success at the polls, is not merely about prosecuting and going after things that you find to be titillating, that you find to be interesting. Bill Ackman has, how do we say this? Pardon my French, a hard-on for Harvard University. It's personal. Something to do with stock. He donated, they sold. I don't know what. He was never given the attention. He's not elevating. He's from Pershing Square, the hedge funder. He's not elevated into that. Maybe he's jealous of Elon. I don't know what it is, but it's become, the white whale. It's focused. It's personal. And the American people, listen to me, dear friends, have no interest in this. Let me say this again to you. Do you want to win an election, or do you want to go on Fox News? Or do you want to go on Newsmax? Do you want that? Is that what you want to do? Is that your interest? Tell me. Because if that's what you want to do, keep it up. But the American people who are saying, okay, I might listen to you. We have right now a brain dead president who we know is going to step out of the scene and off of the platform for sure. But that's not the interest. It's what do we do maybe with the necessary voters we need who are either independent, undecided, or could be poached. We are doing this the wrong way. We are becoming personal and mean, and it's intramural and internecine, and that has to end. My friend, listen to me and listen very, very carefully. I want you to follow this channel. Follow me, follow where you are right now. Subscribe to the channel. This is critical. The metrics are important because I am now committed to doubling down on getting this country back on point. And it doesn't mean sitting back and clapping for every new Andrew Tate video or thinking that, hey, this is great. There's another drop on Hunter Biden, or hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't understand what this is about. We waste our time with petty nonsense. Stuff that we're talking about is great. We can be as petty and nonsensical as the rest. But when you're running for president, that's a different story. Now listen to me. 10 days from now is Christmas. If you don't know what to do, if you were looking for the perfect Christmas gift, not only for others or loved ones or all bosses or employees, whatever it is, but for yourself, Mike Lindell is standing by And if you use promo code Lionel, it's your ignition switch to greatness. Let me tell you about my great friends at mypillow.com. Mypillow.com. And by the way, use promo code Lionel. Use promo code Lionel and receive a free gift. No purchase necessary. And yes, I realize that gifts are free. It's a tautology. Get over it. Sue me. So what are we talking about? How about Giza Dream bed sheets, My Pillow 2.0, sheets, slippers, percales, towels, quilts, bedspreads, mattresses, mattress covers, mattress toppers, linens, kitchen towels, bathrobes, name it. Items to luxuriate and relax. And don't forget, Christmas is just around the corner. And yes, it makes a great stocking stuffer, and it's fine for dad or grad. Made by the greatest company from the greatest people in the greatest country. Or call 800-645-4965 if you're OG, and see how quickly Mike Lindell answers the phone. 800-645-4965. But don't forget, only use promo code Lionel. That's mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel. Mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel. Now, a couple of things here, and I think you know this, but for those who might be new, who might be visiting us for the first time, let me explain this to you. Unless and until we win the election, unless and until we win the election, everything here is a waste of time. Everything that we talk about is just fun. It's just kind of fun. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun. It's cute. we can kind of laugh. We can say, "Hey, wasn't that great? Yeah. Wasn't that terrific? Yeah. Wasn't that? Yeah, it was great. It sure was. Wasn't that interesting? It sure was interesting. Yeah. It was interesting. All right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Did we win? Nope. Did it do anything? No. Did it help us at all? No. But it was fun. It sure was fun, wasn't it? Boy, it was sure fun. It was sure fun. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. But you know what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. And that's the part which I don't know how to explain anymore to anybody else, okay? I don't know how to, and I don't, and by the way, this is the most important. I don't know how to make people grasp the idea that what we may talk about sometimes is kind of titillating. I keep saying that it's kind of titillating. It's wonderful. It's great. It's fun. But if the American people don't care about this, it doesn't matter. This Claudine Gay plagiarism story. Enough. This is nothing to do. This may be fun if you're talking to a morning show. Remember something. Remember, the American conservative platform and American news, there's a guy, Chris Cuomo had a woman on with Tourette's, and he's mocking a woman with Tourette's, and they knew she would be on saying things, and there was no disclaimer. They're so desperate for stories, they put a woman who had a neurological deficiency on their show, and they're laughing at them as she's flipping people off, and she might have been camping it up, but they knew what was going on. This is where we're going. This is where we are right now. This is it. And I told you, you got to promise me. You can't watch that. You can't watch what's going on because you will receive such a distorted view of what's happening. I can't even put it into detail. So this Harvard Claudine Gay, nobody cares about this. Nobody. This is not going to get you elected. It's just a kind of going after people, going after this weird woman with a bald head who looks like RuPaul, or with the big glasses, and she's another one of these woke lefties, and we can go after her, and hey, we hate these people. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. That's all it is. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with anything involving the country, fixing the country, making the country better, getting somebody to vote. It looks mean-spirited, but nobody cares. It's inside baseball. Nobody cares. Let me say this again to you. We talk about this all the time. Let me tell you another one that's a great story. And I don't even know why this is, but I'm going to tell you this. Every now and then somebody will come along and they will realize what am I trying to say? I have no career anymore. And Bill Maher has hit the end of the trajectory. Bill Maher realizes, I don't have anything to say anymore. I'm trying my best. I'm just a mean guy. I'm just this mean, kind of a curmudgeon-y folk kind of a dude. And so what he's going to do is he's going to talk about young people, and he's going to talk like this, get off my lawn kind of stuff. And he's going to claim that TikTok and these various platforms are responsible for changing the, I guess you want to say the course, the focus of, I don't know, collective spirit or whatever the hell the word, whatever this word is. Let me try this again, and I'm going to try my best to try to say this again. Number one, do you believe in free speech? Yes or no? I think yes. Okay. Okay. Do you think that it's wise to advocate the removal of Zoom? I'm not Zoom. Zoom is Zoom. Remember when we hated Zoom? Zoom, everybody does Zoom. Everybody. Anyway, do you think getting rid of TikTok is something that we should do? Do you want to get rid of TikTok? And whenever you mention Bill Maher, this is what people say. Who listens to Bill Maher? Do you know what I hear when I hear that? Do you know what happens to me when somebody responds, well, I don't listen to Bill Maher. Who cares about Bill Maher? Do you have any idea of how, seriously, so many of our friends do this. I don't listen to him. That's their response. I don't watch CNN. I don't know what you're talking about. Remember being an A&R guy? Clive Davis was one of the best A&R guys. Artists and repertoire. He could go on, he could listen to people. And he could listen. He says, there's a group that everybody's talking about. Everybody's really talking about. You got to hear them. They're the Ramones or this and that. I may think they're crap, but they're really good. I want you to listen to them. They're good. That's what you have to do. But that's not what we do. We have this haughty attitude. Well, wait, I don't know about that. I don't watch Bill Maher. I don't watch that. I don't watch CNN. I'm too cool for that. I don't listen to CNN. I don't care about this. One of the biggest stories in the world is, and you're missing not only one of it, because I know there's a degree of you that's kind of petty, like kind of the rest of us, but what you're seeing is a power play, the likes of which they're going to be teaching this. They're going to be teaching this in Harvard Business School, if there is such a thing. It's Meghan and Harry and the royal family. What's happening with that? The use of media in the most powerful family in the world. Not the Waltons, not the Rothschilds, not the Emirates. No. It's the Windsors. The Windsors. But most people that I know say, oh, that's Meghan. I say, you're missing the point. Another thing, they're going to be one of the greatest stories ever in propaganda. People love to talk about Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays would marvel at what's happening regarding Taylor Swift. He would not be able to believe what's happening regarding Taylor Swift. By the way, I need 300 likes. Just want to let you know. What's happening right now with Taylor Swift is so brilliant, so incredible, so big, so powerful. I can't believe what I'm even seeing. But let me tell you what people say. Oh, I hate Taylor Swift. See, that's the thing. It's always about me. I don't like that. using 2 tablespoons, I've told you this, a day of crushed, milled flaxseed is one of the greatest antioxidant combinations known to mankind. And what it will do to extending your life is beyond any kind of understanding. I don't like that. See, it's always like that. This is what I'm dealing with. Not you, mind you, but this is where I am. I went to a party there tonight with Republicans there. And I got to go to one tonight because we're not going to be able to do the evening party. This is Christmas season. So cross your fingers. Hope to God I'm okay. Because I can't do these things because of the bullshit I got to deal with because nobody knows what's going on. And they don't listen to me. They don't listen to me. I want to win. I'm not in the cool guy. If it wasn't for this election, I wouldn't even bother. So, number one, enough with this Claudine Gay thing. Nobody cares. Okay, fine. Should she be bounced for plagiarism? Maybe. Would a woke radical left, excuse me, what am I trying to say? A Trump right winger, would he be removed? Yes. Are they covering her up? Yes. Is this about Bill Ackman? Yes. Should people be allowed on the platform? Should students be able to say from the river to the sea? Yes. About anybody? Yes. This is a no-brainer. What do you mean? What are we talking about? Of course. Yes. Move on. Nobody cares about this. Nobody knows what we're talking. No, we're wasting our time. Because politics is personal. It's this, nobody cares about, and we're going to lose this. Gavin Newsom is going to be the president. What are the Republicans doing to get Trump? What is Trump going to say? What is going to be his message? I mean, he could change, but I just don't think he's going to. Now, let me go back to something again. This TikTok business. This is what Bill Maher doesn't understand. Bill Maher is, I think he's, how old? I think he's my age. I don't know. Bill Maher doesn't get it. Bill Maher. He's a weird guy. He's 67. Okay, he's 2 years on me. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't care about what your thing is. I want to know why you do it. I don't care anything about your, what am I trying to say? I don't care anything about your politics. I want to know why you do things. Whenever I'm going to be at a party, and whenever there's young people there, and you stand around, I'm bored with old people. Old people are just done. My generation, done, worthless, gone, finished, through. Whenever there's a young person say, where do you get your news from? Be honest with me. Where do you get your news? It's okay. And it's never a trick question. I never say, how do you get your news? How much do you get your news? What are the sources of your news? What are the issues? What are some of the things that you and your generation care about? What are some of the things that none of them will tell you Newsmax. So we're just done with that. But they'll say TikTok. Now, average age, young people too, but the targeted audience, 18 to 34. Do you think people 18 to 34, if given their own, if you had to bet, are they going to be pro-Israel or are they going to be pro-Palestinian? They're going to be pro-Palestinian for a variety of reasons. I can tell you this right now. Remember, I'm a realist. I don't care why. Just tell me why. Okay, that's it. Tell me why. What are we doing as a quote party, and I'm not a Republican, but I'm using anything. If third parties worked, I would vote for third party. Bobby Kennedy Jr., I don't know what he's doing. Do you see him anywhere? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. You get these emails all the time. I'm doing great. Okay, fine. We need to talk about things like climate change. How do you address that? What is Trump going to say about climate change? He's already got his base. He's not going to lose anybody. He's not going to lose a Republican. He is not going to lose a Republican. He is not. Let me say this again. Trump is not going to lose a Republican. He's not going to lose anybody. He's not going to say, well, I'm going to vote for Jill Stein. I'm going to show you Trump. No, it doesn't work that way. So what does he do? They don't have a plan for climate change. They don't have a plan for anything involving the future. Climate change is one of the biggest things in young people's mind. But see, because they don't like it and because they don't agree with it, they just dismiss it. That's the way we go. So 18 to 34 mostly is on TikTok. TikTok tends to be that way. So what do you do? Shut down TikTok? And it's China. No kidding. No kidding. You know where we steal? So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to shut down TikTok, right? Remember, Facebook was the instrument theoretically of Russia when Russia pointed out our how do I say this? Pointed out our racism or whatever. Next question. Here we go. Do the story about the San Francisco mayor. San Francisco mayor puts out a email that says electeds of color only. Now, let me ask this just because I'm going to pretend there's a chance. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Did you find that objectionable? Yes or no? Yes or no? They're going to say yes. Did you find that objectionable? Yes or no? Governor or the mayor of San Francisco puts out something that says blah 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 blah. Puts out this thing that says whatever. Do you find that objectionable? Yes or no? Anybody? Boston. Yes. Yes or no? Yes or no? Did you find it objectionable? Yes, racism. Good. Yes or no? Come on, vote. Yes. I can tell you this right now. Yes. Did you find it objectionable? Yes or no? It said electeds of color. Yes or no? Come on, vote. This is easy. You don't have to think about this. Just put yes or no. Yes or no? Did you find it objectionable? Did you find it? Did you find it? It's like, this is really wrong. This is wrong. Oh boy, now you've done it, Boston mayor. Now you've really done it. Huh? Anybody care about this? Do you think this? Do you think it was racist? Do you think it was wrong? What did you think about that? Now, this is an Asian woman, right? And she did this. And the right, of course, is going to go crazy. I don't find it objectionable at all. What's the difference between having somebody that says it was stupid, politically stupid for her, it was stupid? I'm not going to. I've got too much stuff to worry about. But here's the deal. What if she said veterans only? I would like only to have a party where we're going to honor, and please, we're inviting people who've only served in the military. I'm not saying nobody served. Somebody says, I think it was somebody suggested, St. Patrick's Day. Anybody of Irish heritage only. If you're of Irish heritage, well, that means white. Anybody? No, that wouldn't bother you at all. But the reason why is it is our way of thinking, our group, that we love to claim reverse racism. It's our fetish. We go nuts over that. We live for that. We love people say, you're racist. If Trump did that, that's the mantra. If Trump did that, and that's it. It's a waste of, it's like low-hanging fruit. It's the stuff. Republicans have no platform. Ask anybody, what do you think we should do regarding Israel-Palestine? They will look at you and they say, I have no idea. But racism or the Harvard weird, that weird kind of RuPaul looking president thing. Oh, big on that. Big on that. How about Tucker Carlson? Oh, I love. It's just like, cult of personality. What's so great about Tucker? I don't know. What has Tucker said that anybody else has not said? What? Nothing. Nothing. Take anything he has said. He has said nothing about UFOs. He has said nothing about Biden, Bobulinski. He has said nothing about what? Trump? Let me say this again to you. Alex is better. He said nothing. He has said nothing. Tucker Carlson has said he's like a limited hangout. He has said nothing you didn't already know or we already knew. Nothing. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. He has said nothing. Nothing new, nothing interesting, nothing novel. It goes to show you, say, you never heard this before? You never heard that maybe Hungary might have a better. Has Hungary ever did? I mean, has Tucker ever done anything about geoengineering? No. David Icke does more on that. Alex has done more on that. Alex Jones is what Tucker Carlson couldn't carry his jock. But for some reasons, because he wears a tie and the little kind of Kennedy. Remember, John Kennedy just barely poked out the points of his pocket square. That's what Tucker does. That's the style. Barely point. It's interesting. Wears kind of the same thing. I got it. Khakis with loafers without socks. This is preppy. This is 1980s. This is Nantucket. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Dig it. I understand it. I dig it. Why do people think he's saying anything? He's saying nothing. It's not even close, because this is where we are. We are bereft. We love to feel like we're breaking through with something that we're saying something and we're doing something. Yeah, it's our side. And we have the silliest issues. Trans stuff, woke, any kind of sexual stuff, reverse racism, gun stuff, border, sort of. I want you to go right now and listen to what I'm saying. And I know when I say this, people are going to say, I don't watch Twitter. Okay, thank you. There's some people just love to say, I don't do that. Okay. All right. There's I don't know why there's this pride involved in not being a part of anything. But anyway, I digress. Here is the story. I want you to go right now, and I want you to follow Mrs. L. Okay? Now, why do you do that? Let me explain why. She has a story about these people, this one guy carrying this kid who's basically drugged, just carrying this kid over the border, and nobody's talking anything about it. Do you hear what I'm saying? She is the only one. So follow her. Anybody talk about the border? No. Republicans talk about it? No. They're talking about Hunter Biden. Hunter, how come you showed up, and did you actually follow the subpoena? I don't know if you followed the subpoena. I don't think he followed the subpoena. I don't think he did. I don't think he followed the subpoena. He didn't. No, I don't think he followed the subpoena. Well, he's supposed to follow the subpoena. Well, he didn't follow the subpoena. What he did? Well, I don't know. He didn't do it. He did follow. What is happening here? What is happening? I don't understand any of this. I don't understand any of this lunacy. Where in the name of God? Where did we go wrong? I don't get this. Leave a like on the video, friends. Tucker is the gateway to the conspiratorium. Has like Moses, but wealthy and humorous. Oh, he's like Moses, but wealthy and humorous. That's true. He is a part of it. He is a part of it. And you know what? Call me. Let me explain something, Mr. Red. You're right about this. Tucker Carlson is to our form of news what Tucker is to our form of world of news what Kenny G is to jazz, what Kenny G is to Oscar Peterson, what Garth Brooks is to Hank Snow, what Andrea Bocelli is to UC Burling. They got you kind of into the game. When Tucker Carlson was walking around in little bow ties and short pants, we were doing this way ahead of him. And let me tell you something, in our current pantheon, and there was always, the pale horse, and there were others, and there were other interesting people. Just they've been around for a long time. But Alex, Tucker couldn't do, and let me just explain something. Tucker's great. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great what he and Elon are doing. But I just want to tell you something. It's like if you think Kenny G is jazz, and if you think what Tucker is saying is absolutely riveting and shape-shifting, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. I don't know how to say this to you. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. And it's wonderful. This is the part which is the most important. The real critical things that we do. And let me just say something. Better that than anything else. Better that. But what we need to do is not Tucker. We need to teach the consumers of this information and the voters to realign themselves. We need to educate voters. I don't know how to say this anymore. I don't know how to bring this to anybody's attention. Stand by for 1 second, my friend. Listen to me very, very carefully. Because as I've told you, one of my passions has always been the idea of people who prepare, people who have generators, people who have stored food, people who have gold, people who have ammunition, things that people, they look at you like you're out of your mind. What do you need ammo for? For bands and swarms of subliterate criminals who, once they realize, we saw just a little bit of what it looks like during George Floyd. That's just a little bit. When there's a complete breakdown of order, you're going to be seeing. I'll talk about this. There's a city in New Jersey. I'm not going to mention the name of it. Pretty affluent, very nice. They're coming right into people. They're walking right into homes because these people think we got nothing. They go right in and they grab fobs and they go into the, where you walk in, you put your keys down. They're just taking, it's happening everywhere. And anyway, but food, see, Americans love to talk about food. They love to say things like before somebody says, well, chia seeds are better than flax. No, they're not. But they love to talk about it. Well, the paleo diet. No, it's not. We just, make sure you take your K2. You get it through diet. We talk about food. We don't do it. We don't care about it, but we talk about it. But what nobody understands is that you couldn't live without a week. If you've got a family, you don't have enough. 1,200, 2,000 calories a day for a week. And variety, so your kids don't go crazy. Try 90 days. Not even close. But somebody will say, well, I've got a fishing pole. Well, that's good. I've got a dehydrator. They'll just say things. They say, well, what does this have to do with anything? I don't know. I just say things. I just respond. I rebut what you say. Well, stop rebutting and listen to this from preparedwithlionel.com. They can't handle the truth, but you can. The truth is the clowns running this joint live for chaos. And many of our problems could be solved overnight, but they let them be. Destruction fuels them. If you can handle that truth, you need to visit my website, preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. You'll get $60 off a much needed 4-week emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. The country's largest preparedness company, My Patriot Supply, is your fighting chance at survival. Sealed inside rugged packaging, these delicious meals last up to 25 years and provide over 2,000 calories a day. Think about that. Eat right in emergencies with this 4-week food kit from My Patriot Supplies. At this low price, you can get one for everyone in your family. Visit preparewithlionel.com. Write this down. Commit it to memory. Preparewithlionel.com. Order by 3 p.m. for free same-day shipping. Prepare right now at preparewithlionel.com. One more time. Preparewithlionel.com before total chaos ensues. Now, I'm not even going to begin to address with most people anything involving Israel and Gaza. I mean, if you really want to see what has to be done with this, by the way, I need 300 views. I don't know what to say. I need 300 views. I don't know what to say about Gaza. I don't know what to, I don't even know where to start with this. I don't know where to start. This is bigger than anything that Ukraine. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think, and this is important, how are you going to frame, better yet, do you believe that there is a condition or a contingent of the American voter population that is going to care about Israel? Rephrased, how big do you think Israel is going to be in this election? Anybody? What would you do? What would you do? Tell me. What would you do? Anybody? Anybody? What do you think? Tell me. What do you think? I'm going to wait for this. I know, for example, more people are fascinated by things like chia seeds. Can I talk about hemp seeds? What? Can I talk about hemp seeds? The world's falling. That was an aside. Oh, no. I want to talk about chia seeds. That I like. That I can talk about. I don't want to talk about chia. That's not what I'm. No. I want to talk about that. Can we talk about that? That's easy. That's fun. That's what I like to talk about. I don't want to talk about that. That was no. The world's falling. We've got an election coming up. Yeah. I know. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about. And can we talk about now? What do you do with this? How do you position this? How are you going to do it? You're going to, this is tough now. If you really were smart, or if you had the not you, but if they would make Gavin Newsom eat his words, and they could say, so you're a Democrat, yeah? So you follow the Biden plan on Israel? You want to just keep handing money to Israel? Is that it? Anybody? And by the way, this is not war in our other countries. Let me see this again. Somebody brought up a very good point. I don't care about war in other countries. It's like, what happens here? I'm talking about how do we manufacture this? How do we focus on this politically? How? Nobody knows. I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. What do you do with Gavin Newsom? How does Gavin Newsom become a part? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Whatever. What do you mean, whatever? Gavin, look, I don't know. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that, let me see, days until, you would never know we're going to have an election. You would never know we're going to have an election. It's the damnedest thing. Right now there are, hang on, man. 270 win countdown, 326 days. 326 days. How are the Republicans? What is Ron McDaniel going to be doing? What do you do with this? You're going to speak on Jack Keating? We're going to keep helping, but no. The only thing I care about is how does this affect the elections? What do we, and specifically, what do we do with somebody who was in the middle of who was undecided? What do we do? What are you going to do with it? Is Gavin Newsom going to abnegate and turn his back on the position of Joe Biden? This is the stuff that's important, not chia seeds, not how you don't watch CNN or no. That's focus. This is critical. This is. Do you think this is going to come here to this country? This is a resetting, a complete reset of the entire power structure. We're not unipolar, we're maybe tripolar. There is such a thing as it. It doesn't make any sense, but see, Americans are just they have literally, and I use that literally, no idea. I don't know. Why do you think the Fed? What's the Fed doing right now? What's the Fed going to be doing before the elections? Lower interest rates is going to kind of artificially spur the economy, give people the impression that things are better. EU terror plot foiled. Mossad's warning. Here's one for you, which is most important. There is a move that Rand Paul did, which basically asked that FISA courts be either discontinued or revamped. Completely, absolutely out of its way. Completely out of its way. They're clueless. I don't know. This is where is, remember Carter Page? Trump should be all over this. What's Trump doing? They're talking about whether he should be testifying. Who cares about this? This is the most important thing in the world. Jill Biden's weird White House Christmas video slammed as bizarre. We live in a world right now where the worst thing in the world is to be slammed. So-and-so were slammed by this, slammed by this, slammed by that. We don't know what's going on anymore. This is I'm telling you, there is no Republican Party. So let me say something. When Gavin Newsom wins, what are you going to say? Let me change it. What are you going to say? Let's assume right now it's January 21st, whatever it is, 2025, and where it's the inauguration, or maybe it's the day after the elections and whatever it is. What are you going to say? Oh, well, what are you going to do? La-di-da, la-di-da. What are you going to say? Can we talk about chia seed? No, we can't talk about chia seeds. What are you going to say? You're going to complain. You're going to say, you were talking about, or you're not going to say, you were talking about woke too much. Hey, Ron DeSantis. Why do you think Ron DeSantis is the perfect template for how he's not working across the country? Nobody cares about this woke business. Nobody cares about this. What do you think? What do you think we're going to do? Nothing. The Democrats are winning this thing because do you see how they raise money? And they're going to vote for whoever it is. And they bring in the Hollywood folks, and I'm telling you, you will not believe how they will forget that Joe Biden is brain damaged. And what are we going to do? We have Donald Trump, and what's he going to do? I don't know. He's talking about his cases, and that's it. So what do you think we're going to talk about? Tell me right now. And by the way, saying that it's rigged is nice. That's not going to help anything. So here's the question. Right now, what do you do? You do understand it's about the elections, right? All this talk about who gives a damn about plagiarism and what are you going to do? What's the major issue right now? I ask you, what is it? Where? What's the issue? George says, can we find something more important to bicker about, such as our favorite color? Borders. Do you think borders work? You think borders work? Do you think that's a big? No. To win an election, we've been talking about borders forever. Nothing has been done. Nobody's losing their election. People aren't being turned out. Nobody. You don't say borders anymore. That doesn't work. It doesn't resonate. It doesn't mean anything. What do you mean borders? You got to say it a different way. Is it crime? Is it sovereignty? No, it's already been done. They've been screaming about borders since Biden came in, since every single time when Mayorkas spoke and others, doesn't matter. What are you going to do? And what they're going to do is they're going to say, we've done our best to maintain that the borders are, and they're going to lie. What are you going to do? You see, this is this is it. And it's not you. Americans have no idea how to sell things. They don't understand it. Silver Fox says, how do we beat a predetermined selection? Well, that's a great thing. Do you hear the Republican Party talking about how they're going to challenge the elections? Anything that seems hinky? Nope. Do you see them talking about it? Nope. You know they're going to do it again, right? You know we're going to have different places. And Dinesh D'Souza, our good friend, is going to have another video where we're going to say, this is terrible. And then there's going to be a Sidney Powell and others, and then they're going to talk about things and people who try to bring up. No. What's the election? How are you going to convince somebody who would not vote for Trump or who's undecided or independent to vote for Trump? What would you say? What would you say to them to vote for Trump? I'll make it even easier. Trump versus Gavin Newsom. What would you say? Tell me. What would you say? And by the way, whenever you say 1776, it means you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. It means like, I don't know what to say. God's in the flag, live free or die, whatever. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, my question is simply this. What is it? What is it? Tell me now, dear friends. Tell me. Why would somebody vote for Donald Trump? What? What are you going to say? Not what you think, but what they're going to like. What do you think it'll be? I would say Trump will be my choice. Okay, that's great. What do you think? Look what Newsom has done to California. They're going to say, I'm sorry, I don't know about Newsom. You don't know what Newsom's done? I said, what are you going to do to vote for Trump? And you said, well, look at Newsom. Newsom's worse. That's not a pro-Trump. What has Trump done? Not that Newsom's terrible. See what you're doing? I don't know what to say about Trump, but I can talk about Newsom. You see where we're going with this? He will end a lot of bad policies. What are we talking about? See, this is just like walking around in the dark in a new, like you're in a hotel or something. You're not really sure of the layout, and you got to find the John, but you didn't leave the light on, and you're kind of walking around like this. That's what this is. He's better? No. He's a businessman? I don't know. See, if you can't convince people, where is it? What's the dream? What does he offer you? Better policies about what? Border? He didn't shut the border down before. Well, he didn't have a chance to. You see? This is it. You see? This is it. And I want you to remember what we're doing this. I want you to recognize that with the best minds, even you can't figure out what to do. You have no idea. I don't know. And to be honest with you, that's not your job. Your job's not to figure this thing out. Your job is to react and, be a whatever person. And I dig it. But I'm telling you right now, this is what it's about. And the Democrats are ready to go. They own all. Now, what's Elon going to do? Oh my God. Is there going to be a concerted effort of some other? Is there some gradient? How is Bobby Kennedy going to pull and leech votes from Trump? These are things you're going to have to think about. Cornel West is out of the picture. They ran him off. What's going to happen? I don't want to sit around all day long and talk about that is weird. Isn't her weird? That Claudine Gay Force, she's weird. I don't want to do that. That's not fun for me. That's not my idea of a good time. That's not my thing. Okay. That's not my thing. I want to get to the bottom of this. The economy right now, keep in mind a couple of things. Nobody wants to talk about this because it's kind of boring, but watch what the Fed's did. The Fed is going to do everything they can to jigger and to finagle and jury rig and kind of maybe lower some interest rates here and there just to say, hey, boy, stocks have never looked better. Your 401k is looking great, blah, 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 blah. What's behind a 401k? What's behind the stocks? What is it going to be ultimately? Look at what people are saying specifically now about gold, crypto, and the like. Crypto, most people still don't understand what it is. They don't know what Bitcoin is. They have I couldn't explain it to you they can't do it. They simply have no ability to explain it. Economy is going to be something. Wait till there was a great article the other day about derivatives coming due. Who? Derivatives. What? Remember the old days? They had regular banking and investment banking. Remember this? It was before Clinton. You had banks where you go to and you get your money, and they had investment banks, and they never merged. Well, now they do. Do you think that the Big Short and all of these credit default swaps and these disasters, do you think this is just something that, oh, they're not going to do that again? That's not going to happen again, right? Do you think that? And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've got one piece of stock anywhere, you'll be affected by this. Has anybody been able to explain that to you? No. It's either Jim Cramer, who will say whatever the hell he thinks he said, or nothing at all. Or some people always, I have a friend of mine who says, it's not really dollars. What? It's not really dollars. What are you talking about? No, it's you could exchange the word dollar for anything else, anybody else. The dollars are. It's really just a matter of inches. It's silver. It's all, there's no such thing. It's just fiat currency. What good are you? That's like a doctor saying, what are you worried about? You're only going to live to be probably 85 tops. What do you care about? You're 70, you got 10 more. What? That doesn't help. So listen very, very carefully right now. This is one of the most important issues around here. And listen to this incredibly important word from Lionel Nation Gold. Well, chances are you've seen it before. The chaos in the markets, oil and stocks. Just when you thought it was safe and interest rates were rising, new threats come out of nowhere. Tensions are boiling from Asia to Europe. Adaptation is the key here to safeguarding your wealth. You may not have considered gold before. It's not speculation, but insurance. And right now, you need some insurance. Noble Gold Investments have been protecting investors from disaster for years with precious metals. So if you're worried, it might be time to take a fresh look at gold and silver. Gold is a proven safe haven shield for your portfolio and a volatility balance against uncertainty. If it helps, Noble Gold Investments is offering a free 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin with its new IRAs this month. If you open your Noble Gold Investments IRA or 401k rollover, you can claim your coin today. Remember, crisis brews, portfolios waver, and gold insulates. Secure yourself against the threats. So go to LionelNationGold.com. That's LionelNationGold.com, or call 877-646-5347 and tell them Lionel sent you. The only gold company I trust. Now remember, there's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. We're going to have one of the worst turnouts next time because fewer and fewer and fewer people want to be involved in the system because of the fact that we're kind of used to this kind of a choreographed world of, remote everything. We don't go to work. We don't go to school. We don't vote. We don't do this. We don't do a lot of stuff. We just don't do things because we're just whatever it is. We're also getting a dumber and dumber and dumber American that has been conditioned to uninvolvement, non-involvement, and this complete and total sense of, I don't know what the word is, but this sense of, I don't really care about this. This is not really in my wheelhouse, beyond my pay grade, not my bailiwick. I don't know, whatever. People like politics almost like it's a backyard, the fence, talking to your neighbor, talking at what do you think about that? I don't know. I have been, and I'm telling you, I have been to the most theoretically, and I don't go to Democratic clubs, but but Republican clubs and enclaves, and went to one the other night. It was a series of Republicans. I never met anybody who knew less about anything than these people do, because their whole thing is, I'm a Republican and I'm a conservative, and then, well, I'm a young Republican. Oh, okay, and they hang around. They don't know anything. And I'm realizing, if this is that, what do you think it is? See, I'm interested in the voter who says, I vote, and I want to know, what can you do? What can you tell me? Well, let me tell you what I want. I want to give you a dream, and I'm going to give you hope. And I'm going to tell you one thing about Trump, and I'm going to say, hold your nose and vote for him. It's a very simple thing. Trump, hold your nose and vote for him. I know what you think. He's a dick. He's weird. He's strange. He's, I know. Hold your nose and vote for him, because let me explain something to you. This may be hard for you to understand, but he's 77, 78 years old. He's not going to live forever. And this is a guy who is not beholden to anybody. I know you don't believe this. He is so rogue, and that's what we need. Gavin Newsom is going to sell out not only to his statist, New World Order globalist overlords, but he's going to sell you out in a minute. There's no there. He doesn't believe in anything. He doesn't stand for anything. I know this is difficult to understand. He doesn't stand for anything. He's not. It's difficult for me to put this into perspective. This is a guy who is going to sell you out to China. If somewhere along the line, if somebody says, we're going to put all of our money into mandating gender transmogrification and transhumanism injections, if that's cool, he will do it blindly, because he is young, and his youth, he wants to go to the top. He wants to be Klaus Schwab. This is the most dangerous person, because there is no Gavin Newsom. There's the people that he protects, and you don't know who they are. You vote for him, but you're getting these people. Hold your nose and vote for Trump. He's his own man. He's not perfect. He's going to infuriate you. I promise you. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to see crime drop. When crime drops, everybody benefits. Okay? Pavlovian conditioning is hard to break. You know, it's funny you say that, Django. It is, but not really. You know how you kill that? By punishment and counter conditioning. Punishment and extinction. You know that, right? In a very brutal world, the way you stop something is the next time, every time Pavlovian sees sees the lights, hears the tone, whatever it is, fine, until you shock that person. Stops it just like that. Called punishment or extinction, to extinguish the behavior. It can be done. It's very, very simple. There has to be this new thing. If there was a group of people who said, if all of a sudden you laugh, if Taylor Swift tomorrow said, I don't even know how old she is. How old is Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift is 34 years old. If Taylor Swift tomorrow said, all right, listen to me. What do they call it? Swift boaters or Swift heads or Swifties? Okay, listen, Swiftie. We're going to vote for Donald Trump. And the reason why is I hate the guy. But I'm 34. And I want to continue doing my business. Because if I don't, China is going to come along and steal all my intellectual property, all my stuff. We have a future to think about. We went through COVID. I want to have something for my kids. I want to have kids. I want to do this. It's going to be Donald Trump. Now, I know this may seem counterintuitive, counterproductive, but if you're a Swiftie and you love me, you're going to do this. Because trust me, do you think when you go out and exercise, do you think you like doing that? Do you think you like the pain you go through, the repeated exercise? No, you do it because it's good for you. And that's what Donald Trump is. If she did that tomorrow, And all of a sudden, you saw these people standing outside in line with those eyelashes curled up, lying upon, you'd say, oh my God. And you laughed at her. That's what the Democrats have. What do we have? Who? Who do we have? What? Who? Kid Rock? Andrew Tate? Just go down the Tucker list. Who? What's cool? What's cool about Republicans? Anything? Nothing. That's the one I did. I would find one. The other one too? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, I think, is one of the most important. Tom Cruise is, what's he going to own now? Oh, a studio. He's going to own Paramount. Tom Cruise is the biggest thing you've ever seen. I'm going to go after the influencers. When somebody goes after product endorsement, what do you think they do? Why do you think they do that? Because they like these people? No, because they're powerful. What do the Republicans have? Nothing. Who do they have? Nothing. If I hear that Lee Greenwood song one more time, I'm gonna soil myself. I'm gonna lose. I can't. It's like it's boring. It's boring. It's dead. It's dead. What's cool? How am I going to lure somebody into voting Republican? How? I don't know. That's what you got to think about. Okay? That's what you have got to think about. So listen to me. This is Mrs. L's. She is doing the most important stuff there is. Last time she was talking with a good friend of mine, Steve Malsberg, about the cartels. You know what's happening on the borders? Go to her website and see, or her channel, and see this kid. They're dragging him. This kid's passed out, not asleep, drugged. Look at it. It's right there. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is where you, and I don't want to hear this. Well, I don't. No, stop it. Twitter, X, Elon. This is the biggest. This is it. And if you cared half as much about that as you do chia seeds, or whatever the hell you care about, whatever, you get some wild hair up your ass about, oh, I should, it's weird. It's like sometimes, well, I don't think so. Whenever I want to get people upset, I tell them the truth that olive oil is not good for you. It's 100% fat. People go crazy. But if I say there are no borders, oh, well, you know, Hamas is going to come here. Oh, well, but olive oil? I'm Italian. They get weird over stuff that doesn't even matter. But we're different. We're going to win this thing, all right? Okay. Now listen, tomorrow. This evening, sorry, I'm going to pray for me. I'm going to be at a Christmas party. Just pray for me. Pray for me. Okay? It's going to be tough, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get through it. Because it takes me 2 days always to recover because people don't know anything. So that's tonight. That's what I'm going to do. So until then, my friends, and also, oh, by the way, if I do want to jump on and do a live, you've got to subscribe to this. You've got to subscribe so that you will know when I decide I'm going to start talking. Okay? Okay. So listen, tough love. I want everybody here to focus on what matters. I want you to be a guided missile, a secret weapon. I want you to know the issues. I want you to be able to speak politics and elections and not this other garbage. All right? Okay, my friends. Listen, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, follow Mrs. L. Follow Mrs. L. We'll see you tomorrow. And also got many, many videos coming up today, okay? Who loves you? You're a good person. You may not know what's going on. You may not care. You may be confused. But you know what? I'll take care of that. I will lead you through the darkness. Don't forget these words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you.